And Firearm Training is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
Ronald Reagan wisely stated, "Of the 4 wars in my lifetime, not a single one of them came about because the U.S. was too strong."
Manufacturing companies, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. Automated Systems is a software and systems integration company that specializes in companies that are required to meet FDA compliance requirements. Automated Systems will create a custom solution for your business that will make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. From Fortune 500 to startup, ASI delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit hireasi.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI, 844-HIRE-ASI, or online at hireasi.com.
If you've considered a MyPillow but procrastinated, the MyPillow 4-pack offer is still available. That's 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows plus free shipping, all for the price of 1 premium MyPillow. They're amazing pillows, so don't procrastinate. You'll sleep better. You'll feel better. They're washable, dryable, and have a money-back offer, and you can still get 30% off everything else, including the MyPillow mattress topper. Your mattress will feel brand new and improved for a lot less than a new mattress. Or get those great pet beds that my dog Bunky loves. Just use the promo code Amy for the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on mattress toppers, pet beds, and even the Giza cotton sheets. Visit MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code Amy. That's MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. Tonight, David and Gretchen's guest is George Pearson, the newly elected chairman of the Will County Republican Party. We'll take a look at where we'll get the next generation of Republican leadership. We always talk about how liberalism is a disease, but is it really? Science has weighed in on the subject, and you'll hear the results here first. And finally, are conservative women really hotter than liberal women? We have not so rigorously researched evidence to back up that claim. So give us a call at 312-642-5600 and ask a question or make a comment live on the show, or go to our Facebook page, On Target Radio, and ask a question there. And don't forget, you can check us out on YouTube, On Target Radio, where you can watch the show in real time and then go back and watch the archive version.
So the president has a new nominee for UN ambassador. And this this has been under the radar. They haven't talked a lot about this.
I think everybody was too busy focusing on the actor who staged his own hate crime. So so it kind of, I mean, this just happened Friday night. So that's also, we haven't really had the Monday through Friday talking heads on. But yeah, we have a new nominee for UN ambassador to take Nikki Haley's place.
Yep, Kelly Knight Craft, who was ambassador. Well, actually is the current ambassador to Canada. Yeah, which is U.S. Light.
She was previously an alternate delegate to the UN during the George W. administration.
Indeed.
So she is not inexperienced.
Do we know why Nikki Haley quit?
I don't know. There has been various types of speculation. She's thinking of running for president was one thing I heard. George smiled. I think George has an idea.
We'll find out. We'll get to George in a minute. When she walked in to the UN the first day, you remember that? The first day.
Oh, yeah.
She just publicly goes, it's over.
She was kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah,
like first day.
it was and everybody's going, yes, yes, yes. But the interesting thing here, and we were talking about this in the conference room before the show. These people don't just like pop out of clouds. I mean, sometimes a president chooses somebody who may have no political experience, and there's probably a lot to be said for doing that. But realistically, people who, for the most part, are political, there's a farm team.
Yes.
And George, a good friend of both of ours, is now chairman of the Will County Republican Party, and you're heading up the farm team. How does that work, George?
Oh, thanks for having me on the show, first off. One of the things we have to do is actually start going back to our township government. And a lot of these folks have actually got elected by crossover votes from both Democrats and Republicans. So you start there. When you start there, you're able to gain a sense of who the people in that area are actually voting for. They have name recognition, again, ballot recognition, and they know how to get a lot of their paperwork out. They know how to raise funds. So that all of that becomes important. The other part, and the second most, I should say, it should be the very first part, is getting precinct committeemen elected in a lot of those places. Unfortunately, we have over 100 different PC spots open in Will County, and that has to be priority first. Our precinct committee people, once they learn how to put their name on the ballot, because, again, they also are elected, it gives them that sense of what the process is like, filling out their D1 paperwork, any campaign finance disclosures that may be involved. That's all part of the process.
That's a tough job. I mean, people, I think, underestimate if you're going to do it right.
Right.
It's a tough job because you're the door knocker.
It also gets you going to those township meetings,
Yes.
those township political meetings, where you start to network, you start to get that name recognition, you start to recognize other people's names. So you start to build that network. And I told you in an email this week that I firmly believe that's how I got where I am,
Yes.
is by attending central committee meetings and getting to know
Sure.
the people in the larger party within Will County is a very large county. And, that's the only way I'm going to meet a Judy Wooten or, a Debbie Militello, people like that. That's how I'm going to meet them, is they don't live next door to me. They live miles and miles away from me. And so that's how you get to know the larger party, how they get to know you, and how they decide whether, do you fit in with us? Is your ideology similar to ours, or is it not?
You're listening on Target Radio. This is talking about politics, and you give us a call, 312-642-5600. I had one foray into politics. I was going to run for the board in Shorewood. And I learned exactly what you were saying. I walked 3 neighborhoods, and then I was traveling in those days, heavily traveling, and I only had time to walk 3 neighborhoods. I won all 3 of those neighborhoods. The ones I didn't go to, it was an avalanche.
Right.
Didn't even come close. But I came very close to winning. So you do. I mean, there's an art to it, and you have to teach that art.
Absolutely. It's honestly, if we think about it, that's how we lost all these races. The other side did a great job about getting out. They went door to door. And they had tens of thousands of door knocking that was done. And we lost Peter Roscom. We lost Randy Holcomb because of that factor alone. And the only way you get to that door to door and actually meet those other folks is if you're doing it as the candidate or you have people doing it for you, because that's how your name gets recognized, because people want that connection. And we've got to be able to build that up.
They're the soldiers.
Yes, exactly.
They're literally the soldiers.
Absolutely.
We had that issue when a friend of ours was going to run against Tom Dart for sheriff in Cook County. And literally what stalled it was we couldn't get enough. You either have to have enough money to buy them, because there are people who do it professionally.
Yes.
Or you got to have an army.
Yes.
And running as an independent, you don't have anybody. You don't have an army.
There's no army.
And we couldn't raise money fast enough, to get on the ballot. So it's a very tricky thing, and people don't really realize that.
In this economy today, a lot of folks are working. Both my wife and I both work. So the question becomes, how much time do you really have to volunteer,
Sure.
To go out and do this? So, yes, and the Democrats, again, they are very, they're very strategic at this. They do have those teams out there. They have different organizations that they have their large bundlers actually paying for their ground.
Yeah.
We
were going
and
out.
some people are paid in their normal jobs to go out and do politics on company time. That makes a huge difference.
They get the election day holiday.
We went out basically every free minute you had, and I went out several times when you were at work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of commitment.
It does.
It really does.
If anything worthwhile does.
Yeah, it's and I don't know. Frankly, I've been hanging around her now and Republican politics in Will County for 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, about 5 years.
I don't even know why they do it. Really, for the amount of work they put in on this, it's just astounding. It really is. And how often do people call and say, they don't say good things. If they see you, they might. But people don't just call you and go, hey, that was a really good thing. But they sure will call and say, you suck.
The funny thing is, we do get a lot of negative. It's mostly emails, but we do get some negatives. But then, sometimes I remember one last year, I had this couple wrote me this very long email about how they're pro-Second Amendment. And, they're such upstanding members of their community. They make good money. This is where they live. All these wonderful things about themselves to prove that I should respect them and their position. And then, and then they're saying they want me to vote for the Will County, as Will County is a gun sanctuary county. And just this really long email to say all this. And I emailed them back just a couple sentences. I'm like, I'm an NRA instructor. I teach concealed carry. And given the chance, I will always make the pro-Second Amendment vote. And they were like, oh, we're so happy to hear it. But I'm like, clearly you don't know anything about me if you think you have to convince me of this, because obviously if you listen to the radio or if you look at my website, you would know that.
Well, how about actually relying on your PCs, your precinct committee people, to actually give that knowledge to the voters? That is our job one. If we're not educating them, of course they won't know who their county board member is. Heck, I couldn't tell you how many folks I spoke with over the last few weeks that don't even know what state rep and state senate district they live in.
Oh, no, they don't.
Yeah,
No one knows any of that when you go to their door.
The thing that's interesting, and Gretchen and I have had this very conversation, people don't typically understand what the board does, what the county board does. It's sort of a non-entity to most people. And when we were going door to door, and I'd say, Gretchen is your local representative of the county board. Well, I don't know. What do they do? And I go, well, they're building you a new safety center, and they're building you a new courthouse, and your taxes are going down. And they go, how can you do that? And I go, that's what they're doing. But to show you how capricious the system is, after all that, the Republicans still got overturned because they weren't getting people out. They weren't getting the vote out.
Yes.
We're gonna have to take a break. When we come back, how many times have we said liberalism is a mental disorder? That's like the watchword around here, right?
Well, yeah, Richard Pearson likes to say that all the time.
Yeah, and everybody here at AM 560, that's what they always say. Liberalism is a mental disease. Well, as it turns out, there may be a grain of truth that liberalism is in fact a mental disease. So we'll look at mental diseases when we come back with more On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
There's a teacher in Idaho who decided to feed a puppy to his snapping turtle in class while the kids were there.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
He was in court. His defense was this: the puppy was sick and was likely to die anyway.
Hold on just a second. Was a veterinarian involved in this at any point?
No. This is the worst part. The snapping turtle was euthanized because it was allegedly an invasive species.
The killing fields out there in Franklin County, wherever.
Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours right into your basement. This is Gus from Chicagoland Waterproofing. My mission is to identify why your home is taking on water and fix it. I want you to sleep at night during a rainstorm and not worry about your basement filling up with water. Like our client Kim from Mount Prospect.
We had chronic basement flooding and no one could figure out why. During a huge storm, water was pouring in through the window wells of our finished basement and we had to bail out 6 inches of water. We got a bunch of estimates, but Gus's was the most reasonable, plus he knew exactly what the problem was. He put in a full basement drain tile system and an additional sub pump with a backup battery. Chicagoland Waterproofing gave us peace of mind. I like to say, in Gus we trust.
From simple sump pumps to complex storm drainage and crack foundation solutions, Chicagoland Waterproofing's work comes with a lifetime warranty. Plus, a fully licensed plumber is always on staff. Request your estimate today at ChicagolandWaterproofingPros.com or call 847-296-3500.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
So we've been saying for a long time that liberalism is a mental disorder, and it turns out there's been some research done on it, and I think it's kind of interesting stuff.
Well, it is. So about 2012, there was the first article came out in the American Journal of Political Science, and they said that that conservatives tended to be more psychotic, and then 4 years later, the authors of the paper finally, or the authors of the article finally corrected what they said, and they said, actually, no, it's liberals who are more tend towards psychoticism, which is, it's not psychotic like a mental illness. It's a personality characteristic. It's a theory of personality that is one of the 3 personalities in this Eysenck personality model, we'll say. So psychoticism is associated with traits such as tough-mindedness, risk-taking, sensation-seeking, impulsivity, and authoritarianism, which actually does sound more like liberals. Just like it. Yeah, that does sound more liberal. So the funny thing is that one of the professors, Brad Verhulst, who helped write this first article, he said, it doesn't change the main conclusion of the paper, which found that personality traits do not cause people to develop political attitudes. But actually the guy who exposed the mistake, his name's Stephen Luedecke, he said, no, actually it matters quite a lot. So this psychoticism, personality, it is a cluster of concepts related to people's level of individuality and penchant for falling in line. So did you follow the rules or do you not follow the rules? Do you believe that rules are a good thing or do you not believe that rules are a good thing? So basically, in this, psychotic means you have less respect for rules and for order in general. But it's this very, very long article from New York Magazine that explains, like, it was actually this whole big, like, war between these professors, these different college professors who were researching this stuff. And there was actually an inverse correlation. So the higher someone rates for psychoticism, the more likely they are to be liberal. There was an error in the way the researchers coded and interpreted the data. So they had these data sets they were using, and they coded them incorrectly. So it came out exactly opposite of what it should have been. And this was reported again and again and again. Since like 2010 or 2012, this has been reported like over 45 times, one of the articles says.
And do you remember when, maybe you don't, but when it first came out, the liberals went wild. Look, here it is. Here's proof. Mm-hmm. And they threw that in our faces forever.
Well, it was 2016 when they finally retracted this. So it was.
And you don't hear the liberals going, "Oh, they made a mistake. Actually, we're the psychotic." Yeah.
Right. So it's a very interesting story about how these professors were, emailing back and forth and attacking each other, but they determined this psychotic quality by asking questions like, would you take drugs which may have strange or dangerous effects? Do you prefer to go your own way rather than act by rules? Would you like other people to be afraid of you? And liberals would be more likely to say yes to those questions. And then they would ask, do good manners and cleanliness matter much to you? Do you stop to think things over before doing them? Is it better to follow society's rules than go your own way? And liberals would answer in the negative on those. So it's just, it's a very interesting article about how these academics really messed with politics for about 6 years there.
Where's a question about living in your mom's basement? Pretending to like guns and stuff like that, and wearing weird, clothes.
Well,
and stuff.
I think that's in there as far as if you don't think about your actions before you make them, then that's going to have a negative. That's going to have a negative. Impact on your.
Did anybody else notice the quote in the article? It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, George. You're listening on Target Radio, and this is AM 560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. We're sort of talking politics. We're talking this. We're talking that. Interesting little piece that didn't go with this, but
also from the New York
lines
Post.
Up.
Yeah, also from the New York Post about a year ago. Two professors, one is from Susquehanna University in Pennsylvania, and the other one is from Illinois State University. They did some research, and they said that conservatives are hotter than liberals. We're more attractive. The paper said, controlling for socioeconomic status, we find more attractive individuals are more likely to identify as conservative and identify as Republican.
Which means that conservative women can smile, liberal women can't smile because of all the Botox and stuff. Oh. Here's the thing about this, because a lot of people, I'm sure, will read it or hear what we've just said, and they'll go, well, come on. But here's an interesting thing if you think about it. If you're just to pick a name, Bella Abzug, okay? I don't think anyone would put her on a post on a calendar, right? And you have a low self-opinion of yourself. Then you begin to see things in a negative light. I mean, and I'm not joking. I'm just being serious. People who have self-assurance, and it isn't just a question of looks. It's a question of self-assurance. If you feel good about yourself, however you look, then you tend to have a positive outlook on life, and you see things as the glass is half full. I can do this, we can make this work. But if you have a negative self-opinion, you're always behind the eight ball, and it's always somebody else's fault. One of the things about sociopathic behavior is if you have a negative self-opinion, it isn't because of you. It's because of somebody else. And that's the attitude they always have. So we can make fun, we can joke about this sort of stuff, but if you really think about it, you can just see it on the surface that it does make sense.
It's more than just surface. It literally becomes ingrained in them because they're literally constantly trying to revamp themselves, redefine themselves. Hence, one of the reasons why we have so much identity politics.
Sure.
Because everybody's got to be fit into some little neat little basket, But instead, as conservatives, we're comfortable as who we are. We get up every morning. We know we have to get up. We don't mind putting in the hard work and the sweat and the tears that come along with it. But a lot of them, they're looking for the easy way out because they spend so much time trying to fix every little minute detail.
That's the other thing about it is that, liberals, they want to redistribute wealth because if I have a low opinion of you, then I go, you know what, you can't succeed because you're not good enough.
Exactly.
And so I have to give you stuff, I have to give you money, and I have to help you because you're not able to do this for yourself because I have such a low opinion of you, and I have a low opinion of myself as well. And so it's almost like the bedrock of their ideology.
Yes,
well, and literally what happens is if I have that low self-opinion, I'm going to try and block you from saying anything that will hurt anybody's feelings. Oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. Whereas people have a good, healthy self-opinion. If you say you're an idiot or whatever, you just laugh. You go, okay, fine. I don't really give a rat's
Your
butt.
opinion.
Exactly. It's,
Everybody has one.
Look who it's coming from. It works for me. And that, I think, is really a key issue. You just look at, and of course, it's not 100%. It's not a blanket thing. But you just kind of look at the way the Democratic Party presents stuff and what they present as versus what Republicans present. Democrats are always presenting stuff that hold people back. You can't say this. You can't do that. Republicans are going, bring it on. Bring it on. Oh, I don't like that. You deal with that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Republicans are much more individualistic. So we have a question on YouTube. Have you guys ever addressed the Chicago mayoral election? Do any of them support the Second Amendment?
I think we should probably consider that for next week because there's some interesting candidates. But I don't know all of them. There's like 14 of them, I think.
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
So, I think we should try and look that up.
And if there are any Republicans running, you would never know because they never get any airtime or.
Yeah, I think the one guy, is it two? Okay, I know.
Yeah, they actually went before the Chicago Republican organization to get endorsements.
Really?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
So all three of the Republican organization guys. I met, what's his name, was in charge of Cook County Republicans.
You talking about Sean Morrison?
Sean, yeah, really nice guy. Yeah. We got along real well. Anyway, we're going to take another break. When we come back, I have no idea what we're going to do when we come back. Do you know?
I think we're going to talk about the police ones.
We're going to talk about the police ones when we come back. That's what we'll do. So all that and more, you're listening on Target Radio, and this is AM 560.
The Answer.
Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson are heading to Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico in April, and they want you to join them.
Well, we're in Mexico.
AM 560, The Answer, and Apple Vacations are giving away a trip for two to the luxurious Marival Residences Luxury, all-inclusive beach resort. To join Dan and Amy.
Hola!
To enter, just go to 560theanswer.com/passport. That's 560theanswer.com/passport. Contest ends February 25th, so enter today.
I'm not coming back to Chicago, maybe ever.
Fox News, I'm Richard Jordan. President Trump is optimistic ahead of this week's summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Vietnam. The president said on Twitter, it'll be a continuation of the progress made at first summit in Singapore, ending the tweet with a one-word question. Denuclearization?
Well, there have not been any ballistic missile or nuclear weapons tests since the Singapore summit. The U.S. intelligence community says that the North Koreans have continued to develop both of those programs.
Fox's Kristen Fisher in Vietnam. Federal investigators are looking into the cause of Saturday's deadly Atlas air crash near Houston.
We're not here to speculate. We're just here to do what I call collecting the perishable evidence.
NTSB Chairman Robert Sumwalt, 3 passengers aboard the cargo plane did not survive. 2 bodies have been recovered. Tonight at the Oscars, Mahershala Ali takes the Best Supporting Actor award for Green Book. Regina King takes Best Supporting Actress for If Beale Street Could Talk. This is Fox News.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site, where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometric's secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Are your windows needy?
Call Crumweedy.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. If you need windows, call the exterior experts, Crumweedy. Mark Olson and Greg Olson of Crumweedy run a third-generation family business that's been doing Chicagoland exteriors since 1953. For them, it's all about trust. They truly share your values. Why windows from Crumweedy? Crumweedy windows are not offered anywhere else in Chicagoland. They're exclusive. That's why they can offer a lifetime material and labor installation guarantee. Lifetime! That's a great investment for your home. Windows from Crumweedy are Energy Star rated, unlike most other windows. Also, the vinyl windows are 100% virgin vinyl. You're getting quality. Windows with a lifetime material and labor installation. If your windows are needy,
call Crumweedy.
630-595-8020. That's 630-595-8020. Just remember this, windowsareneedy.com. Windowsareneedy.com.
Hey, I'm Amy Jacobson, and I have the pleasure of having Chris Crum, the national host of Power Trading Radio, with me. And he has some really cool workshops on the schedule that you can attend right here in the Chicagoland area. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm awesome, Amy. Thanks for having me. This is for Online Trading Academy. They're the people that power Trading Radio. And they've got some powerful, comprehensive workshops on the schedule. They're proven, convenient workshops where they teach you the common mistakes that traders and investors make. They show you how they can time the markets with a great degree of accuracy. And you know what they do is they introduce you to a patented rule-based strategy that you can apply to a trading account if you want to replace or supplement your income. Or, you know what, apply it to your long-term investments to grow wealth over time. $500 value, but they have empowered me to give it away to your listeners today absolutely free.
And the phone number to call is 888-984-TRADE. That's 888-984-8723, or go to tradingacademy.com. That's tradingacademy.com.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
You know, this is a controversial thing. So already, Eric's over here busting my you-know-what. But I think you got to look at two sides here. And I'm not advocating this, but I am looking at the reality. Having been a guy that knocked on doors, and you now do, Tom Dart was on yesterday, I think it was. He's the sheriff of Cook County, and they want to change a part of the FOID card law. And one of his points was, and I don't like the program, the red flag program, from the standpoint that, and let me back up. Let me say something before I even say that. We don't want guns to be in the hands of people who are whack jobs and will harm people and, that kind of stuff. The problem is how do you do it without, you got to have due process. So here's the issue. and Tom Dart pointed this out, 75, and apparently this is verifiable, 75% of revoked Illinois gun licenses for whatever they revoked them for, they just don't do it. They just ignore it. And Dart is saying, and this is where it's controversial, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but he's saying they want to send people out to collect the guns. But the problem is they have no idea how many guns are in there. Now, as a Second Amendment guy, I agree with you completely. I don't want them to know how many guns are in there. But as a cop, when you walk up to the front door, it's just you and your buddy, and they got 100 guns in there. I don't know. So 75% of people who, good or bad, have deemed they shouldn't have a gun, ignore it completely.
Right, but that's the delicate issue. So, do you as a law enforcement officer go and take these guns away from these people who may or may not be law-abiding citizens at this point? Where's the line? Like, what crime do you have to commit? Obviously, if you're a felon, then you can't own firearms, and that's completely fine. We all completely agree. I don't think there's anybody that disagrees that mentally ill people should not have firearms. But this article here that I'm reading, it came out from the AP yesterday. It does say 75% of revoked Illinois gun licenses are ignored. So in 2018, there were 10,800 firearm owner identifications cards that were revoked, but only 2,600 of those individuals returned their notices. So basically, when your card is revoked, they send you a letter, and you're supposed to send them back your card and a disposition form saying, either turned in my firearms to the local police department, or I gave them to somebody else, and here's their name and information and all that. Now, is a lot of this just people that say, I don't have guns? I know people that have done that because really you don't know how many guns they do have. And that's a very valid point. So unless you were living under a rock, that a couple weeks ago, a man who's going to go unnamed, because I don't believe in giving any more fame to these idiots that go out and commit these heinous acts, killed 5 people in Aurora, came out later that his firearm owner's identification card was revoked in April of 2014 when they found out that he was a felon from Mississippi. And the problem is that they didn't go get his guns. But the other side of that is these small local law enforcement agencies, these smaller sheriff's departments, even the bigger ones, there's no time for them to go collect all these guns. And you say, oh, yeah, there is. Go knock on the door, go take them, go do this, go do that. Well, they don't answer the door. Then you go back and they don't answer the door. And that cycle continues. And then they have a warrant, and then you have to find them for the warrant. And it's a cycle that, it takes a lot of time. So I don't know what the answer is, but that's what that is there.
The other thing I would say about what you were saying is when you go and knock on the door, you don't know how many guns are on the other side of that door. Every single person in this room has been a law enforcement officer at one point or another. I mean, I won't speak for any of you all, but as far as I was concerned, that's what I signed up for. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's just the job. I mean, you're filling out the paperwork, and I mean, for me, I took test after test after test to become that, and the farther you get on in that process, I mean, you have that sobering realization at some point of, what am I signing up for here? You know what you're signing up for. I had over a year to think about what I was signing up for.
I agree with you, but you're right. But here's the thing. It's a tactical issue. Tactically speaking, you want as much knowledge of the enemy as you can get.
Sure.
And so if the guy's got 100 guns, you don't know who's in that house. There could be 50 people in that house for all you know. You knock on the door and you go, I got a warrant for your, and all of a sudden you're being blown away.
But I agree with Gretchen in a real scenario where there's a real issue and a real problem. I'm getting a little sorry. That is what you signed up to do. That is what you do.
You want a solution? We have specialized teams out there.
Yeah,
from CERT on the south end. Absolutely. Yeah. These guys sit around waiting a lot of times for these type of calls. Mm-hmm. So you want some resources that we're actually paying a lot of these guys for their training. Let them put that training to good use. Mm-hmm. And like you said, Gretchen, I knew exactly what I signed up for. Even my time in the Navy, I knew what I signed up for.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So let them go do those door knocking. Let them do the research. And we'll go out, you sit on the house somewhere real quick and find out if the person is there. The perfect time, we all know what the Warren Squad used to do, that perfect time in the morning.
Yeah, while you're asleep.
You
yeah.
catch them, exactly,
Exactly.
catch them off guard.
Yeah. And I don't like the red flag law at all. But there is that question on how do you keep guns out of the hands of people that really should not have them. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk a little more about law enforcement with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had seen my kidney doctor because I only have one kidney that works, and the other one doesn't work at all. And I was pretty close to going on dialysis if it didn't improve. This last visit to my kidney doctor, my kidney it's operating at 21% now. So that's the highest that it's been in the last 8 years. This is really working well for me, and I am so grateful that I found you guys.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
The last time you tried to set up for a presentation, it was a disaster. Your coworkers were embarrassed, and your clients had a look on their faces like they'd rather be anywhere else. It could have gone so much smoother with a conference room designed and installed by Midwest Computer Products. You spend precious time creating the perfect presentation, only to have it all blow up because your audio-visual equipment is outdated and not compatible with current technology. Partner with Midwest Computer Products for a space that dazzles your clients and employees and saves you the constant headache of keeping up with technology. Whether you're reimagining your corporate conference rooms, creating a huddle space, or implementing a video conferencing initiative, Midwest Computer Products is ready to help your business become state-of-the-art. And for a limited time, Midwest Computer Products is offering free design and consultation service when you upgrade your conference room. Get a quote today and see all that Midwest Computer Products can do for your business at MidwestComputer.com. That's MidwestComputer.com.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
You know, it's an interesting little article here, Eric, that you turned up. A lot of people think police don't like civilians to have firearms. And my experience has been that's not true. I mean, there's some, certainly, but most of them don't. And one of the interesting things in this article is cops now. We're talking about rank and file patrol cops. 95% of them are saying that an assault weapon, or I'm sorry, a high-capacity magazine will have no effect. They got 11 tips in here, 11 things they're thinking.
Right. So, you know, we've all heard, you know, that, you know, cops are pro-gun or anti-gun or this or that. But this article here from Police One, they actually did a survey of 15,000 verified law enforcement professionals. They asked them 30 questions, and here's kind of the takeaway. So 70% of the respondents actually said that those who are face-to-face against violent, and these are people who are face-to-face against crimes on a daily basis, So virtually all of them, 95%, said a federal ban on the manufacture and sale of ammunition and magazines at more than 10 rounds will not reduce violent crime.
Yeah, so the so-called high-capacity magazine
Right.
ban. 71% say a federal ban on the manufacture and sale of some semi-automatics would have no effect on reducing violent crime. So handguns and assault rifles.
Right.
Well, and that's the weird thing about this is they're going after black rifles, assault weapons, because they're the weapon of choice. They're not. If you really wanted to take out the weapon of choice, it'd be a handgun, and that's going to be really hard to do.
So kind of following with our last segment here, 70% said they would not enforce more restrictive gun laws in their jurisdictions, and similarly, 61% said they would refuse to enforce such laws if they themselves were made chief or sheriff.
In Washington State, where they have had a bunch of anti-Second Amendment laws passed, something like 24 or 25 county sheriffs in the state of Washington, which has got to be an awful lot of the counties, are saying, we're not going to enforce these laws. Just like 24, 25 sheriffs.
Yeah, some of the laws they're saying they're vague, and some of them are saying they're probably going to be found unconstitutional like next week. So they're like, I'm not going to enforce this when it's most likely unconstitutional. This Police One survey says that more than 28% of officers saying having more permissive concealed carry policies for civilians would help in preventing large-scale shootings in public. And they also, 19% of them also say that more aggressive institutionalization for mentally ill persons would help with those type of shootings.
It's really bizarre because the liberals were having trouble getting anything passed legislatively, so they started trying to do backdoor stuff. Here's a really interesting thing: an article. Do you have any more on that one?
Oh yeah, we have more.
Okay.
So the overwhelming majority, almost 90% of officers, believe that casualties would be decreased if armed citizens were present at the onset of an active shooter incident. So we've always said, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun, and law enforcement officers agree with that, and I do as well.
Yes. More than 80% of the police officers support arming school teachers and administrators who willingly volunteer to train with firearms and carry one on the course of their job.
And more than 81% say a gun buyback program is ineffective in reducing gun violence. I mean, I've heard of so many of these gun buyback programs where people, purposely get crap
Junk
BB guns, or they make something out of a pipe or whatever just to get the money, and they end up
take
they take all the money
vintage guns,
and go and buy a good gun.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
This one was interesting. The police officers were almost evenly divided about whether citizens should be required to complete a safety training class before being able to buy a gun. So this is just purchasing a gun. It's not concealed carry or anything like that. 43% of officers say it should not be required. 42% say it should be required for all weapons. And the 14.4% said for certain weapons a class should be required.
Well, interestingly, if you look at the statistics for a place like Vermont where there's nothing, you walk in a gun store, buy a gun, buy a holster, put on, walk out, as versus the statistics for Illinois, we have to take a 16-hour course. As much as it galls me owning a shooting school, basically it doesn't have an effect.
No.
The training, it just doesn't have an effect in getting involved in a shootout. Anti-gun has become such a big thing with politicians that Los Angeles City Council now, if you want to do a contract, if you put a bid on a contract in the city of Los Angeles, you have to tell them if you have any tie to the NRA.
Wow.
You have to tell them if you have any contract or any dealings with the National Rifle Association. And if you say you do,
you're not going to get the contract.
You're not going to get the contract. I mean, that's got to go to court. You know that's going to go to court.
It will. How many people are actually doing business with LA right now, though?
Well,
I'm just saying.
Not if they're smart.
There are people taking sticks of dynamite and putting it all along the San Andreas Fault, and they're just going.
I would imagine it's much like doing business with the state of Illinois. You'd never know if you're going to get paid or not.
True.
So why would you want that contract?
That's true. Yeah.
I thought this last one I thought was very interesting from the Police One survey. It was really a mixed bag. They asked the officers what is the reason for gun violence in the United States. The majority, 38%, said decline in parenting and family values, and then the other ones were evenly divided between violent movies and video games and other issues.
All right, we're going to have to take a break. This will be our last break. But when we return with more on Target Radio, we'll do Gretchen's Action Items. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions are posted at www.textrules.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply.
There's a mute button on your cell and one on your TV remote. Don't you wish there was one on your partner's snoring too? Thankfully, now there is. Mute is a comfortable nasal breathing device that increases airflow through the nose by gently opening the airways. You'll get more air through your nose, so you'll breathe less through your mouth, which is often the cause of snoring. And thanks to Mute, less snoring means more sleep for me.
Hit the mute button on your partner's snoring. Available at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid and other fine stores. To get a valuable coupon, text the word MUTE to 246810. Text MUTE to 246810. For more information, go to mutesnoring.com. Mute. Breathe more, snore less, sleep better.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Attention residents of Addison, Bellwood, Bensonville, Franklin Park, Maywood, Melrose Park, North Lake, Stone Park, and Wooddale. State Representative Kathleen Willis
Womp womp.
will be meeting with voters tomorrow, Monday, February 25th from... He was supposed to fire off a sound effect and it did not work.
Yeah, that's why I want that.
We'll be meeting with voters tomorrow, Monday, February 25th, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Addison Public Library.
What you talking about, Willis?
Representative Willis is one of the most anti-gun legislators in the Illinois General Assembly. Her objective is to strip you of your constitutional right to keep and bear arms. Willis has sponsored and supported legislation to shut down your favorite gun shop, register gun owners like sex offenders, and ban and confiscate most of the guns in your safe. This is your opportunity to sit down with Representative Willis and politely remind her that you are a law-abiding firearm owner and that you object to being blamed and punished for the deeds of criminals. Don't forget, iGold will be Wednesday, March 27th in Springfield. By popular demand, the ISRA is bringing back the buses. ISRA is sponsoring 4 buses. Several other buses are being sponsored by other organizations. ISRA bus seats will be reserved by calling the ISRA office at 815-635-3198 between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
What you talking about, Willis?
All ISRA reservations are $35 and are non-refundable. ISRA-sponsored buses include Chicago South, picking up in Evergreen Park and Oak Forest, Chicagoland West, picking up in East Dundee and Glen Ellen, a Rockford Peru bus, and a Marion Mount Vernon Fairview Heights bus. Aurora Sportsman's Club is sponsoring a bus that is picking up in Joliet at the IDOT Park and Ride lot. Sign up through their Eventbrite page. I put the complete known bus listing on our Facebook page last week. The following Safer USA classes are at our facility in Waterman. Saturday and Sunday, March 2nd and 3rd. Illinois Concealed Carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and Gretchen and meets the training requirements for Illinois Concealed Carry as well as Florida and Arizona. Saturday, March 9th. Illinois Concealed Carry Renewal class taught by Gretchen. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
You know, I've only been operating the board for 6 years. You can't expect me to just wing it like that.
The problem is that during my action items, you typically tune out completely, and I'm like, no, you got to pay attention. Come on.
I thought there was something wrong with your monitor. You're like hitting it, and I was like,
I'm
okay.
just trying to make enough noise to get his attention.
I'll tell you a problem that I have, and that is there's a little pointer, and you put it over the square for her thing, and it jumps to the other screen, and you got to.
What are you talking about, Willis?
That's what I'm talking about. So next week we're going to look into the candidates for mayor.
Yes.
We'll have to do that.
We will
right?
do some research.
We will do that.
Yeah, that's probably because there's a big field of candidates.
It'll be down to 2 by next week. So
seriously?
Yeah, primary election is
it's coming
Friday.
up.
Yeah, this Tuesday. Yes.
Oh well, then be easy.
The two
wait
runoffs.
till Tuesday night.
We better put something on Facebook then.
Pretty much like don't vote for either probably by the end. But
I don't know. It's one of those things. Anyway, George would like to thank you for taking the time to come in tonight.
Dave, it's been my pleasure.
Always happy to have you, and it's nice to be just part of the team. You know, it's we just keep adding people to the team, and we'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to On Target Radio.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board and Eric Allen. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you think. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
They never call. And be sure to listen next week when we'll be talking about more red meat issues that affect your life.
Hey, if you've considered a MyPillow but procrastinated, the MyPillow 4-pack offer is still available. That's 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows plus free shipping, all for the price of 1 premium MyPillow. They're amazing pillows, so don't procrastinate. You'll sleep better and feel better. They're washable, dryable, and have a money-back offer. And you can still get 30% off of anything else, everything else, including the MyPillow mattress topper. Your mattress will feel brand new and improved for a lot less than a new mattress. Or the great pet beds that my dogs love. Just use the promo code JOE for the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on mattress toppers, pet beds, and even the Giza cotton sheets. Visit MyPillow.com or call 1-800-489-0201. That's 1-800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code JOE. That's MyPillow.com, promo code JOE.
Visit MyPillow.com.
It's news, opinion, insight. It's AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago.